Have you ever received a pitch from someone that sounds a little bit like this? Have you ever wanted to earn a six-figure income, working on your own terms, doing what you love and traveling the world, while earning passive income from your laptop? Have you ever wanted the freedom to work however many hours you want, when you want? I was so sick and tired of working my 9-to-5 job. I was miserable. Working for a boss with a salaried income, it felt like I was just running in a hamster wheel. I was so stuck in the rat race. Well, today I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to break free of the rat race. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. If you want to know more about it, just message me back and we can get started. Does that sound familiar? Because if I had a penny for every time that someone messaged me with something like this, then I really would be free of the rat race. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yolanda Melody. Today we're going to be diving deep into the world of MLMs, multi-level marketing schemes. Over the past 2 years, with loads of people losing their jobs, etc., MLMs have become absolutely rife. And there's so many different tactics that they use, and you could be approached by an MLM in person, like I have many times, but now they're also moving over to Instagram and Facebook. And there's so many different versions of these MLMs. Their business model can vary, but in a nutshell, an MLM is a pyramid scheme with a product. And when you accuse them of being a pyramid scheme, they will always go on the defense and say, no, this is nothing like a pyramid scheme. But it is. In fact, in this video, I'm going to tell you how an MLM is actually worse than a pyramid scheme. Believe it or not. And the worst thing about it is that MLMs are completely legal. There's nothing illegal about what they do, but MLMs ruin lives, they make people bankrupt, and they sell people a dream that is more like a nightmare. Like I say, I've had quite a lot of experience with MLMs in the past, so I have quite a few stories relating to it, but I'm just going to pop up on the screen now a few companies that you've probably come by, and believe it or not, all of these companies are MLMs. And that's not just limited to the ones that I'm showing on screen. There are so many more. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what to look out for so that you can easily spot when one of these people approaches you and you can just shut it off. So the first ever experience that I had with an MLM was when I was approached by Avon. Now, I'm sure we all have heard of Avon before. When I was younger, we used to have an Avon lady that used to come to the door. And ironically, when I was little, I actually said, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be an Avon lady. And then what do you know? I somehow manifested that into my life. And when I was about 19, I was working in a restaurant and I was approached by these two ladies that literally gassed me up so much and made it out as if I'd been headhunted, as if I was so good at sales and they could see me becoming really successful in Avon. And because I was young, I didn't know any better. I just felt so flattered, to be honest, and this is one of the first things that they do. They will flatter you. Even if they've only just met you, even if they know nothing about you whatsoever, they will go all out with the flattery because it blindsides you. So I spent a bit of time talking to these ladies, getting myself all set up to be an Avon lady. I went back home, and this is one of the first things that I realised was that with these MLMs, you're technically self-employed. They make it out as if you're starting your own business, and they use excuses like you've got to spend money to make money, and a lot of them will have different packages for you to purchase the product, and then it's up to you to sell that product, and then you make a little bit of profit from all of the products that you sell. However, one thing that I didn't understand was that they only talk to you a little bit about buying the product. That's only one part of how you earn your money. But they start really pushing the idea that the real money to be made is when you start building a team. So it's gone from buying a product with your own money and then trying to sell those products, which is hard enough to do as it is. And when you work out the calculations, the travel, the effort, you actually find that you're not actually making that much money at all. But with this extra facet of bringing in new people and creating a team of people underneath you, and then getting those people underneath you to get more people underneath them, you start to see how the pyramid forms. So now you've not only got to sell products, but you've also got to reel people in. And this explains why the people who are in these MLMs start to get so pushy and really seem to want you to be part of their team, because they're actually going to be earning money from you. Now, there's a few stories that I read about people who've been dragged into these MLMs, and what happens is it's actually very, very sad. Once you join an MLM and you decide to purchase the products, you're already out of pocket. Say, for example, you've spent £200. You find that it's a bit of a struggle to actually sell these products. Time is ticking on, you're putting more and more effort in. But the good thing is that you have access to a team, or your team leader, the person who dragged you into this. So they act as a mentor to keep you in this cycle of, you just need to be more positive, you just need to work harder, you just need to get more people on your team. That's where the money is. Focus on that. So then the person who's just been roped into this realizes that the money is only made once you build a team, so then they start to look at their friends, their family, and majority of the time their friends and family don't want any part of it. They might buy a few products to help you out, they might not even want the products really. And once you realise that most of your friends and family don't want to be part of this MLM, what will happen is your team leader will encourage you to reach out to everyone that you have any contact with. And this is where we start getting messages from girls that we used to know in school that suddenly really want us to be part of this team, right? I've had a few of these messages from girls that I knew in high school or when I was younger, and because I know about MLMs, it just makes me sad that they've been roped into this. I read a story about this one woman that ended up in so much debt when she was part of this MLM, and then because she'd got into debt for it, that's what was keeping her in it, because she was trying to just break even. But instead it just turned into a downward spiral. And when that starts to happen, people get desperate. She ended up pushing away her whole friends and family because she was so engulfed in this cult. And this is where they start to use all types of different cult tactics. The team leaders will gaslight you, and the blame will always be put onto you for not selling enough products, for not getting enough people on the team. And the worst part about it is it's all a game of show. So these team leaders tell you to post inspirational quotes about success, and you have to be putting out an image to these people that you are successful and that your life has been transformed, so that you can get people to join your team, so that you can earn money from them. So this is what happens. They're all professing this completely fabricated image of their lives, and some people are fooled by it, and some people look and they think, oh, that person is so successful, I want a piece of that. Now, usually with women, they're targeted by MLMs that revolve around products, like beauty products, makeup. Back in the day, it was really easy to spot an MLM because they used to host parties. Right? Now, again, I've had a lot of experience with this because my friend seems to know a lot of people who are involved in MLMs. I remember she invited me to this aloe vera party, and the woman, I just felt sorry for her, to be honest. She was trying to sell these aloe vera products. She'd really gone all out with the party. There was only 4 of us there, and I'm not being funny. I was reading the ingredients on these products and I was thinking, these aren't natural at all. They're packed with all types of ingredients that I avoid like the plague, but they're marketed as natural products. So I didn't really want to purchase anything. I think the only thing that I purchased was a toothpaste, which was like £7. Then the woman honed in on me because she thought that I came across as quite entrepreneurial, as she said, but gullible I am not. She went completely on the hard sell, trying to get me to join aloe vera and start selling the products and doing these parties like she does. And I said, oh yeah, I'll have a look at the leaflet. I didn't want to offend her. But long story short, she drove 30 minutes out of her way one evening, spent 3 hours with us trying to sell us these products, and in the end, she only sold that toothpaste to me for £7. Nobody else bought anything, and then she had to pack all the stuff up and leave and go back home. Now, when you look at that, that woman has not only lost money, but time as well. The only people that are actually making money in an MLM are the people that created it and the people who are in the top, I don't know what percent, but the people who are at the top of the pyramid, right? But what they're doing is they are taking advantage of all the people underneath. And the people underneath are actually not employees. I mean, legally on paper, they're not employees anyway, so there's no backlash. You can't sue an MLM because technically you're self-employed. But the people at the bottom are the customers. It's cruel. It's messed up. Another one to note for men. Men MLMs work a little bit differently, I've noticed. It tends to be a word of mouth thing or adverts that you see on YouTube. And what they do is they sell you a course. But the course costs extortionate money to watch. But in that course, they tell you how to become self-employed, self-reliant, earn six-figure income. And I'm just gonna say it now, right? Trust your intuition with this. I get messages from people all the time telling me that they love my Instagram account, they love what I'm doing on YouTube, and they think I'd be really, really great at this business opportunity. You can usually tell that it's a copy and paste job. They try and make it seem like it's personalised, but it's not really. And then they'll usually try and rope you in with flattery, and then they'll say, message me if you want to know more. And what they'll do is they'll confuse you. They won't tell you how the business works. They just keep going on about this is a great opportunity and all the things that you'll get, but they don't explain how the business works. And then when you look on their profile, you still can't figure out what the business is about. They just keep posting about being successful. As a rule of thumb as well, if anyone is hosting a party to sell a product, that's usually a sign that it's an MLM, because real products can be purchased in the store or online. They don't need parties to promote them. And really the only purpose of this product is to avoid the legal ramifications of being labelled a pyramid scheme. But thankfully, people have gotten wise to this kind of stuff. People are waking up to all types of scams, not to mention the smoke and mirrors of the media, the way the world works. This really is the Great Awakening. But I suppose I just wanted to do my take on MLMs and clue people in a fun way. And if you'd never heard of them before, and this is the first time hearing about them, then that's great, because now you know. Defo, comment down below if you've been approached by one of these companies. Also, if you have any stories related to it, I'd love to know. And then other people can read in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop it a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Love you, bye.